Hey, yo, here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gon' stop. We gon' turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing, hey, yo. Tell them turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last one and a courtesy call. Everybody sing, hey, yo. Tell them turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last one and a courtesy call.
What's up, y'all? I'm coming to y'all with another what if today. And I can tell from my last video that you guys really enjoyed my last part. Yeah, I really enjoyed what if Naruto was in KonoSuba. And I'm really glad that you guys really enjoy it, because it lets me know that you guys want to see more of it. So, yeah. With that being said, let's get into the what if. Naruto opened his eyes and eager took in the view. He was standing in the middle of what it looked like a park if children running around and were playing. This place seems wonderful, Naruto thought as a pair of kids ran past him. Wasn't the Demon King a pretty big deal? Urza did say that people were refusing to be reincarnated back into this world because of the Demon King's attacks. Blinded in reality, Naruto shut his eyes and screamed in his mind, "Kurama, are you there? Hey, talk to me, buddy. Stop yelling! Of course I'm here." An angry voice of Kurama bellowed in Naruto's mind, and Naruto couldn't help but grin. "Sorry, I was just wondering. You might have changed your mind." It was either this or being slayed by that cursed Uchiha you foolishly call a friend. So you would have missed me, huh? I love you too, buddy. Don't make me regret coming here, brat, Kurama said with a low growl, prompting the Jinchuriki to mutter an apology. While Naruto was chatting with Kurama, some kids began to gather around him due to their curiosity, and their mothers then ran over there to keep the kids away from the strange grinning boy who had his eyes closed, who was standing in the middle of the park by himself. But I am impressed with those self-proclaimed gods were able to collect all of my chakra and send the both of us here. They even managed to recreate a seal similar to your father's. Naruto opened his eyes and lifted his shirt to look at the markings on his chest, and found that the seal was indeed different. But before he could make a comment, he heard a few gasps. There was a group of children with their eyes being covered by their blushing moms. Naruto realized what he was doing and quickly pulled down his shirt and grinned awkwardly. "Maybe I should go somewhere else." "That you should." After apologizing to the mothers in the parks, Naruto ventured into town. "So, what should we do first? We're in a whole new world, no one knows us, and we don't have any money." So far, he had learned that he spoke the same language as the people here, and that the town they were in was Axel, the town of beginners. He had also tried to buy a snack from a nearby food stand, but found that the currency was different in this world. Go figure. So, the town of beginners, huh? They should have sent us straight to the Demon King's castle. I don't know anything about this world. So of course they'll send us to the beginning tower. It may seem weird coming from me, but information first, Demon King later. Kurama merely responded with a grunt. "I think I'm gonna look for that bar that we heard about. Jiraiya Sensei always said that bars were the best places to go for information. We both know the real reason that perverted mentor of yours wanted to go to those bars. You would think a library would be the first place someone would go for information, but I doubt your dumbass would have caught dead in one of those places. Not that I blame you." That's harsh, Kurama. I love you too, buddy." A tick mark formed on Naruto's forehead, but He pulled out of his thoughts when he heard someone crash next to him. He looked down to see a guy with brown hair that looked about his age collapse on the ground under a few planks of wood. He seemed to have overexerted himself. Naruto pulled the planks off the boy who was gasping for air. Hey, are you okay? Yeah, thanks. I need these planks for the construction site soon, or else the boss is going to yell at me again. Where did that useless girl run off to? Hey, I heard about a good bar around here. Could you point me in the right direction? Naruto asked as the boy hastily gathered up all the pieces of wood. The boy then stopped what he was doing before looking up, raising an eyebrow when he saw the shinobi's appearance. Hmm, those are some weird clothing. Are you a traveler? Naruto awkwardly scratched his cheek. Uh, something like that. The boy hummed as if though he began to grab something out of his pocket. Here, I'm guessing you don't have any money, and I have a feeling you're gonna need this later. Naruto took the offer and pouched it and examined. There were some coins in there. Thanks, but are you sure? We only just met. The teen put the planks over his shoulder and snickered. Just call it my good deed for today. Treat me to a drink or something later if it's that big of a deal to you. With that said, the boy pointed down the street. Follow this road and take a right. It's a big building called the Adventures Guild. They'll have what you're looking for. Look in the same direction. Naruto nodded and grinned widely. Thank you. Thanks a lot. I'll be sure to return the favor someday. By the way, the name's Naruto Uzumaki. Oh, Saito Kazuma. And it's not a problem at all. A good person like me has to set an example for Kazuma. Where's Kazuma? I need those planks ASAP. What's with that skinny brat doing? Kazuma's face paled when he heard the deep, bragging voice that Naruto could only assume would be his boss. Uh, I gotta go. See ya. Naruto waved awkwardly as he waved his fellow teen off with new vulgar. Poor guy, he must have it rough. After following the directions he had been given by Kazuma, Naruto found a building that was quite a bit different than the surrounding houses. Without a doubt, this had to be the Adventures Guild. Taking a short breath, Naruto walked through the front door. Immediately upon entering, he was greeted by a passing waitress. Welcome. If you're here to eat, just take any open seats. Actually, I was wondering if I could get some information. Certainly, just walk over to the receptionist desk. The staff working there will be more than able to help you with any questions. After thanking the waitress, Naruto walked towards the receptionist desk while taking in the guild's interior. Maybe it's because of his bright orange clothing, but he seemed to be drawing quite a lot of attention. Walking towards the receptionist desk, Naruto noticed there were two stalls, one of which had a very long line, which the other was just completely empty. Naruto raised an eyebrow before making the obvious choice of walking into the open stall. Welcome to Axel's Town. Adventures Guild. How may I help you? A receptionist with short brown hair and green eyes and a glowing expression, almost as if she hasn't expected him to talk to her. Are these two stalls different in any way? Do you cover different topics than the other ones or something? No. The adventurers just like to speak with Luna. The reception said with a weary smile, pointing towards the other stall to prove her point. Following the girl's fingers, Naruto got a glance at the other receptionist, and he immediately understood why the adventurers wanted to talk to her instead. Blonde hair, golden eyes, large breasts, that looked though as if they could pop out of her shirt at any given moment. The woman was gorgeous. Looks like she has a handful. Naruto complimented with a sweat drop. Yeah, Luna is like a older sister to us all, especially to the adventurers. So, what brings you to the Adventures Guild, sir? Don't call me sir, it makes me feel old. The name's Naruto, and I was wondering if you could answer a few questions for me. The receptionist giggled into her hand and nodded. I'll try my best to answer your questions, Naruto. After Naruto asked some of his basic questions, the receptionist's eyes widened. You want to defeat the Demon King? Well, the best place to start will be joining this guild and becoming an adventurer. After all, Axel Town is well known for being the town of beginnings. Naruto nodded his head eagerly and asked the obvious question. So, how do I sign up? You just have to pay the registration fee of 1,000 Neris, and we can take care of the rest. Naruto gulped after hearing this, but quickly remembered the money Kazuma lent to him. Fishing the small pouch of coins out of his pocket, Naruto found the change into the receptionist's hand. Is this enough? Yes, that's the exact amount. 1,000, exactly. Did Kazuma already know that he'll be joining the Adventures Guild? Naruto decided to buy the guy 2 drinks the next time he saw him. Now then, let me explain. Every adventurer has their own occupation, or class. You'll register what class you want to be into on your registration card. The receptionist explained and placed a small index card on the counter. This will help keep track of the monsters that you kill, as well as your level and your experience points. Naruto tilted his head in confusion. Uh, how does it do that? With magic. Magic? The receptionist blinked. Naruto, do you perhaps not know anything about magic? Nope, not at all. Naruto said without hesitation and waved his hand dismissively as the receptionist gained a worried expression on her face. I can take it from here, the woman named Luna said as she walked over towards them. And then the receptionist Naruto had been previously talking to thanked the girl before excusing herself. As Luna gathered some things from under the reception desk, Naruto glanced at the other counter and he was surprised to find the long line of adventurers were long gone. She helped all those people that fast? Now then, Naruto, was it? Let me explain to you what magic is. Yes, I'll be in your care. Naruto's head spun around as the kind and patient receptionist thoroughly explained how magic worked in this world. Magic, which is, or was, this world's equivalent to chakra, was used by adventurers in forms of spells and magical items. Everyone generates their own type of mana over time, and spells consume it, while most magic items don't. And that was the gist of what Naruto picked up from the explanation. Naruto, next, we will decide what your class would be. But first, place your hand here. Luna placed a contraption of it with a glass ball onto the desk, and Naruto assumed it was one of those magical items she had been talking about. Placed his hand onto the orb. It began to glow as energy visibly spun around the gear-like parts. The steam of the magic beamed down to the receptionist card that had been placed below the magic item, and Naruto was surprised when the letters began to appear. Whoa, Naruto whispered in awe as he witnessed magic for the first time. The receptionist grabbed the card, which, when the magic item stopped writing, began to look over the information. Let's see what your stats are. This is Naruto was about to ask what was written on the card when, hold up, I had to burp real quick. When Luna stared at him with a look of wonder. Your, your stats are amazing, above average across the board, and ridiculous high luck. Though your intelligence is probably average, the girl said while muttering the last bit with a slight hint of disappointment. Naruto didn't really understand, but it sounded like he was getting praised. So, he rubbed the back of his head and grinned sheepishly. Wait, did she say my intelligence was above average? What's that supposed to mean? No way. Did we just get another golden rookie? No, not just Aqua, but two golden rookies. We sure are lucky this week. Bless Urza. Naruto looked around when a crowd began to gather around him. Nervous from the sudden attention, he quickly looked back at the excited receptionist who was still looking at his adventures card and all. What does this mean? With stats like this, you can choose to be any of the advanced classes right now. Although I don't recommend choosing an arc wizard, which depends on your intelligence stat, the receptionist explained while yet again muttering the last part. Oh, Naruto was about to choose the arc wizard out of spite when the surrounding adventurers began to shout suggestions. Oh, be a sword master. No, wait, this guy's aura screaming crusader. I don't know, this world could always use another arc priest. Trying his best to ignore the noisy audience, Naruto leaned forward and the pretty receptionist so she could hear him better. Are there any limitations to each class? I picked the thief class since it seems to be the closest one to a ninja, but I just want to make sure. I don't know what a ninja is, but there are indeed limitations to each class. For example, a thief class wouldn't be able to learn skills like immediate magic spells that a mage could learn. Well, that's a bummer. I want to try to learn magic. But if I choose the thief class, then I won't be able to do so until I change class. I can't think of all this with these people. I can't think of all these people shouting. Naruto was beginning to tell all the adventurers to shut it when they heard Luna speak again. There is also the adventurers class that can learn skills from other classes, but with stats like yours, I'll take it. Make me an adventurer, please. The crowd immediately fell silent. Ha! Serves them right. Naruto thought with a mischievous grin as the adventurers started to walk away. He heard them muttering amongst themselves. Some were saying things like, talk about a letdown, and what a waste. But that didn't bother him in the slightest. Besides, the adventurer class may be the weakest of the bunch, but now he can learn skills from all the variety classes. So what if it took a little longer to earn enough skill points? He always had jutsu to rely on. I, I see. You could always change your class later, the receptionist said with an awkward smile, but proceeded to make the changes to Naruto's adventurer card and ultimately handed it to him. Now, all you have to do is walk over to that board over there and pick out a quest. But I recommend forming a party first. Solo hunting can be dangerous, especially for beginners. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks for helping me, Naruto said and took the second look at his adventurer's card. You are very welcome, Naruto. I wish you luck in your adventures. Naruto waved to the pretty receptionist and turned towards the job board to pick his first job as an adventurer. He wasn't going to bother creating a party since he didn't plan on staying in this town for very long. Naruto wasn't a beginner in the slightest. He stayed in this town for a week at most and do some quests to earn some money, or at least until he understood the way of this world worked a bit better. Sorry about that. My grandma was calling my sister. Anyway, where was I? Later that night, a beautiful girl with light blue hair and blue eyes was arguing with a brown-headed boy with in a green tracksuit in the corner of the Adventures Guild. I'm telling you, Cosmo, I sensed a huge amount of demonic energy earlier today, but I couldn't find the source. But I'm telling you, I sensed it. That's why you ran off, Aqua, because you suddenly took off running. I was late to bring the supplies and the boss yelled at me again. All because you thought you sensed something with your former, what's it called, magic powers? I'm not lying. Maybe it was general from the demonic or the demon king's army looking for me. After all, I am a goddess, and as in now, they must have sensed my holy presence. Aqua claimed loudly while slamming onto the table. A demon army general in the town furthest from the demon king's castle? Yeah, right. Those probably are new players with hack-like powers, Kazuma said as he took a sip of his beverage, a self-satisfied look on his face. In fact, I think I bumped into the guy after you ran off. I showed him the Avengers Guild and was even lent him some money, like a good person would. Eh? Really? Who would have thought Stingy someone would part with his money so easily? Aqua retorted while trying to sneak a hand towards Kazuma's plate while he wasn't looking, only to have it skillfully smacked by the other party. Hold up. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. How rude. And don't call me Stingy Simmer. Just because I refused to lend you money, I was going to buy you that drink you wanted to try because I was in a good mood. But now I changed my mind. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I'm just dealing with my loud house. Anyway, had to move this somewhere quite a bit. What? Why? Besides, what if that guy was even from Japan? Then you mean, wouldn't that mean you just gave your money to some random stranger for no reason? Could you have brought me something with that money? Cosmo stopped drinking and calmly placed his cup onto the table. He then looked at Aqua with a he calmly looked at Aqua with a serious yet competitive expression. You want to bet on it? Aqua returned the look in full. The next week's rent. The two of them shook hands, both thinking that they already won. And with that, I'm going to end it right there. Yeah, that's a good part to end it on. So, yeah, leave a like, comment down below, share it to all your friends. And, yeah, I'm glad you guys have been really enjoying this. I ain't gonna lie, I have too. Editing is a pain in the ass, but hey, if y'all enjoying it, that's all that matters. With that being said, I'm out. Peace.